Today marks 6 years, the anniversary of the collapse of the largest Ponzi scheme in history by Bernard Madoff. Joining me right now is attorney and partner at Becker Poliakoff Helen Chaitman. She represents over 1,600 Madoff victims. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us, Helen.
Well, thank you, Maria.
Well, let's talk about where we are 6 years later in terms of your recovery efforts on the part of clients.
Well, I've been trying every avenue that I possibly can to recover money for the Madoff victims. And I consider the victims to be not only what we call net losers, that is people who put in more than they took out, but anyone who had an account with Madoff, because the minute Madoff confessed, whatever balance they had in their account was lost. So December 11th, 2006 was a devastating day for about 35,000 people who lost money in Madoff. And my energy right now is focused on suing JPMorgan Chase, because the evidence indicates that JPMorgan Chase recognized in the 1990s that Madoff was executing transactions which were illegal. They focused on those transactions. They did not report them to the federal government as they were required to do under the Bank Secrecy Act.
Yeah, but can you really say that JPMorgan knew that this guy was a complete fraud and they wanted to defraud clients? I mean, that's a big claim.
It is a big claim, and it's a big crime. And the facts to which JPMorgan Chase has stipulated support that crime.
So what kind of due diligence does JPMorgan do, and what should they have done in terms of working with someone like a Bernard Madoff and putting their customer monies with him?
There's a statute called the Bank Secrecy Act, which was enacted by Congress in 1970, and that recognized that financial institutions are key elements of the government's law enforcement program. Because if you're going to launder money or do illegal financial transactions, you need a major financial institution. And so Congress, in enacting the Bank Secrecy Act, was really asking banks to assist in monitoring financial transactions. And JPMorgan Chase has a system in place for monitoring customer activities. Now, Bernie Madoff was not a small customer. There were times when he carried deposit balances of $3 to $5 billion. So think about the people who got toasters because they put in $10,000 in a bank account.
Well, Helen, somebody's got to police this. I get what you're saying. At this point, JPMorgan was supposed to be the police. Helen Chaitman, thank you very much. Go to your website to find out more. We'll be right back.